Right, so you might be wondering, why am I here at London Charing Cross? Why am I videoing arguably one of the worst trains in the United Kingdom? Well, I'm about to show you now. Oh, it's connected to another one, huh? Hello? What, sorry?
You can't take pictures, the CC cameras are watching.
So, you might know that I've done a review of every single Southeastern train, but today I'm doing a review specifically on this one. So I was just told off, not really told off, I was just told by a member of Network Rail's team that I was not allowed to film or take pictures, and that's why I wasn't able to film the whole train. I did bring up that Network Rail has their rules and stuff, and I showed him the policies, but he says because we're outside of the station and we're on the platforms, we're not allowed to film, which is totally does not make any sense because it's still the station. So yes, but I just ain't getting on this train anyway. So I think it's a bit ridiculous that I had up the policies that Network Rail set, which is a Network Rail station, and he still says you're not allowed to film. I'm following all of the Network Rail policies, but I'm still not allowed to film. But I am allowed to film. Right, so I need to go and find a bin now because I finished my orange juice. So the bins are located in quite a weird area, just down there. I actually really like them bins, I'm not going to lie. Flappy bins, I actually quite like them. But I'm going to give you a tour of the train. I'm going to let you hear the announcements. And yes, we're going to be taking this all the way down to Hayes. Sorry if I look a bit ill, I'm suffering with hay fever at the moment, and my lips are very dry, and I don't know what that is. I mean, there's a spot. But yeah, this is how the doors work. And this is how the doors closed. Nice. It's a bit dark in here, can't lie, it is a bit dark even though the lights are on. In the previous video, which you can watch here, I described these as prison van seats because, well, they do look like prison van seats. So there's a bit of padding, not too much, and yes, it is a bit well, we're going to test the comfort very shortly, but yeah, they're not really that comfortable. So at the moment, I'm finding it comfortable, but by the time we get to Hayes, I might not. Massive gap. I like this area at the front of the train. It's quite nice. That looks really, really, really dirty. These aren't really that comfortable. No. Obviously, these trains are getting revamped. They're getting reworked, which is quite cool. I think they're getting a few more pins. So yeah, they're getting refurbished. So yeah, it's very squeaky. Well, it was more squeaky a minute ago before I started filming. I don't know what that is. Yeah. The windows open and close like this. God, they're hard to shut. Like that, and like that. You have your announcement screen, which generally just looks like a 377. You got this thing, which I believe is for bikes. I think. I have no clue, but I think it's for bikes. You've got these things that you can rest on. They're a bit low down, I'm not going to lie. Yep, they're quite low down. Very uncomfortable. Yep. I'm having to sit like this because I don't know. I don't know how I'm meant to sit with these. It's like, yeah, let's just say it's not very comfortable. Massive step between the train and the platform edge, which is not great to see, obviously. You actually have a place where you can put luggage, and that's what it looks like with my bag there. Another train departing over there. But yeah, you have lots of room to put luggage. So in terms of, you have these and you have these. I always love it when trains have these. There's bars like literally everywhere. This is another reason why I'd call it a prison van. But no, there's a lot of bars for people to hold on to, which I really like. So yeah, I can't lie, I really like that feature. Furthermore, my biggest thing that I don't like about these trains is that they don't have toilets, which is never great. I don't know if they have power sockets, I don't think they do, but I'll have a look into it. We have the ventilation system, or something or other, no idea. I'd like to say I'm extremely hot already, so I'm going to have to take some of my clothing off. But yeah, it's extremely hot in here. I don't know if it has an AC. I hope it does have an AC. I can't wait to see welcome aboard this Southeastern service on the display screen. This is one of the seats. I wonder what you can unlock in here. I'd actually quite like to know that. Yes, let's see what these ones are like. Same as before. Not great.
Welcome aboard this Southeastern service to Hayes, calling at Waterloo East, London Bridge, Lewisham, Ladywell, Catford Bridge, Lower Sydenham, New Beckenham, Clock House, Elmer's End, Eden Park, West Wickham, and Hayes.
And that is the end of the train. Obviously we're coupled up to another unit, but it would be exactly the same. So yes, I don't know if by the end of this trip if I'm going to absolutely hate these trains or if I'm going to like them. I definitely don't like them at the moment. Not too much. And obviously I'll let you know what I think at the end. I don't know if it's just me, but these trains aren't really that high. I mean, they kind of are, but not really. I've never really measured myself with a train before, but the roof doesn't seem that high up. Don't know if that is just the same for every other train, but yeah, just something I noticed. Another thing I'd like to see, these aren't very grippy and they're a bit small, so yeah, I mean, they don't really have a lot of grip. There's literally no toilets. That's so annoying. Like, I know Hayes is still classed as London, but it's quite a long journey, especially as it's calling out loads of stops. So I might need the toilet. And obviously, some people have medical conditions, which means their bladder is smaller, meaning that they have to use the toilet more. And for people saying in the comments, Hayes isn't a long way away, this train has to call at stops. It's a lot of stops. And people can't just hop off the train and hop back on. And you certainly don't want to hop off the train and there not be a toilet, or you certainly don't want to hop off the train if the train's not very frequent. There is, for me personally, I'm 5'8" or 5'9" or something along those lines. I have a lot of space, as you can see here, like a lot of leg room. So I can just spread out and relax. I love this blue design of this train. Blue, just blue and then white. I absolutely love that. But it is extremely warm, so obviously because the sun's out, so A, I'm hoping there's an AC, and B, I'm going to take off my coat. Something else to note is that this thing, the luggage rack, is just above my head, and literally it's so low down, like really low down. I could bash my head on that if I was even the slightest bit taller. So yeah. Well, that feels a lot better, but I do hope that there is some air conditioning on this service. I can't physically see anything that would be air conditioning, but then things that I saw earlier, I'm wondering if they're air conditioning or not. I'm wondering if they're air conditioning or not. So I've just spoke to basically the person that told me I could film when I was allowed to train spot, and he said that they shouldn't have told me off for train spotting because I'm allowed to, and he made everyone aware that I was train spotting. So yes, I went up to a member of staff before I train spotted, and I said, can I train spot? Is it okay if I train spot? I just wanted to let you know, just in case you're worried, because I'll be standing at the end of the platform. And he said it was all okay, and he radioed through that I was train spotting. I even heard it on the radio, it was really cool. But yes, then someone from Network Rail said they've been told by their manager to come and talk to me. It was a completely different person. And yes, that's when I brought the Network Rail rules up, because this station is owned by Network Rail. But yeah, the person that gave me permission, it was really nice though, so yeah. Not complaining about him, I'm more complaining about you can hardly hear the announcements. The announcements are quite quiet, like the ones on Southwestern Railway's 455s and Southwestern Railway in general on some of their trains, which is a bit annoying because I like louder announcements. This is what the back of the seats look like. Yeah, that's what the back of the seats look like. I like that it swerves down. I love the shape of it. The shape of it's really nice.
Welcome aboard the Southeastern Class to Hayes, calling at London Bridge, Lewisham, Ladywell, Catford Bridge, Lower Sydenham, New Beckenham, Clough, Elmer Park, West Wick, and Hayes.
So yes, no charging ports on these trains, so I'm hoping when they do the refurbishment, A, there'll be toilets, and B, there will be plug sockets, because plug sockets are a crucial part of train journeys these days. Because also I have 24% of my battery left on my phone currently, so yeah, I kind of need to charge my phone. But guess what? There's no charging ports. Yay! It's a funny way to hold the seats into place. I would also like to note there is no sign of armrests at all. Not here, not here, and not there. I found out a new noise that makes noise that's broken, or maybe it's not broken, maybe that's how they were made. I don't understand why there's not padding here though. That does make quite a lot of noise, unfortunately. We will check out the luggage facilities over the top of us in a second, even though I have already said that I could bash my head on this if I was only a slightly bit taller, which is very annoying. Also, these trains make a lot of noise on these tracks. Can you hear that? These trains make so much noise on these tracks. And I cannot hear the announcements. The British Transport Police announcements going on at the moment. I cannot hear it whatsoever. I'm having to read it on the screen.
Buses will replace trains from Sidcup to Dartford and from Slavery to Gravesend. Please also schedule for details.
To Hayes, calling at Lewisham, Ladywell, Catford Bridge, Lower Sydenham, New Beckenham.
May I have your attention, please? Due to weekend engineering work, buses will replace trains from Sidcup to Dartford and from Slavery.
One thing I don't like about the announcements for Lewisham specifically, it says 4DLR. So Lewisham, the next station is Lewisham 4DLR, which I don't like because it's 4DLR, but it should be for the DLR, not 4DLR. So it should either say for the Docklands Light Railway or for the DLR, not just for DLR in brackets. Most trains have nicknames for them. I think we should permanently nickname, I don't care what the actual nickname for this train is if it has one, I think it should be Prison Van. I just generally think that the nickname for this train should be Prison Van. Because the whole thing is basically just a prison van or some sort of bus. So I think it's like a prison van and a bus mixed. So obviously I've never been in a prison van, but from TV, what I've seen of prison vans, the seats look like prison van seats, and the inside of this train just generally looks like a bus, kind of. I don't think this train has air conditioning, but I'm quite cold anyway, so like right now, I wasn't earlier, but right now I'm okay. Can someone let me know in the comments, is Hayes Fire Station in, well obviously Hayes Fire Station is somewhere in London, but is Hayes Fire Station in this Hayes? Again, it says change for Docklands Light Railway. Change for the Docklands Light Railway. I do not like their English here. This video was mainly for my friend Dylan, so if you haven't already checked out his channel, you can go to the link in the description and you can go and watch some of his videos. I've subscribed to him. He does Minecraft videos and he also does videos related to transportation.
Welcome aboard Southeastern Class to Hayes, calling at Ladywell, Catford Bridge, Lower Sydenham, New Beckenham, Clockhouse, Elmer Left, Eden Park, West Wickham, Hayes.
This is the sort of train where I would expect a quiet area or something of the sort, but there's none from what I've seen. And by the way guys, not what I wanted to say, but by the way guys, I also have to take this exact train back from Hayes to London Bridge. So yes, I'm taking this from London Charing Cross to Hayes and then Hayes to London Bridge. I'm not going to film my journey from Hayes to London Bridge, and I'll end the video at Hayes.
Welcome aboard Southeastern Class. Calling at Catford Bridge, Lower Sydenham, New Beckenham, Clockhouse, Elmer Left, Eden Park, West Wickham, and Hayes.
There's not a lot of people here.
Welcome aboard.
This is the
Hayes.
luggage,
Lewisham,
racks.
Clockhouse, Elmer's End, Eden Park, West Wickham, and Hayes.
So yeah, let's see if my very thick bag can fit up there. Oh, it actually can, with a little bit of a struggle. There. Nice. Yeah, I don't trust my luggage up there, so I've got it back down here. We're just coming into Lower Sydenham. This is a very deep review. If you like it, then go into the comments and say that you like it. If you didn't like this video, then also tell me, as I would like to know. One thing I was going to say though is I love the variety of windows on this train, and I think it's a bit odd and funny at the same time. 3 different varieties of windows. 3 different varieties of windows, and then you've also got your normal windows up there. So yeah, I think 4 different varieties, including the door windows. I think that's a bit like, I think it's a bit weird. Personally, I just think it's a bit weird. 4 varieties of windows doesn't really make a lot of sense, does it? Because that would be harder to make, and it just also looks quite weird. So I'm very much almost one of the only people in this carriage now, or this coach. I don't know what Southeastern says. So personally, I call them coaches, but obviously Southwestern Railway says carriages. Yeah. Another question I have is, what is that? Is that just like a light when it's dark?
The next station is West Wickham. We will shortly be arriving at West Wickham. Welcome aboard this Southeastern service to Hayes.
Oh, it doesn't say calling at. It doesn't say the calling at stops. Okay. I still really do like these. That's what's behind the seats, in case you were wondering.
Is Hayes.
Oh, the next station's Hayes. That's why it doesn't say calling at.
We will shortly be arriving at Hayes. Please check that you have all of your personal belongings with you when leaving the train, and keep them with you at all times whilst on the station. If you see anything suspicious, please report it to a member of staff or the police.
Right, we're just coming into Hayes. I'm going to go outside and take some pictures of the train. Then I'm going to jump back on and get off at London Bridge. I've been to Hayes, I think, a few times before. I went to Hayes when I was doing my video of every single Southeastern Class train. Oh, the lights come on. The lights come on when the door's unlocked. That makes sense. And that is the outside of the train. So for my trip back to London Bridge, I'm going to be going in the other unit, because obviously as I said, it's connected to 2 units. Obviously you have yellow doors, which is really nice. I'm just giving you a little exterior view of what the train looks like. It is very dirty. And I love the Southeastern logo on there. It looks like quite an old logo by the looks of it, because obviously the Southeastern logo now does not look like that. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Right. Do a very quick walkthrough of this unit, and then I'll sign off. There was a bicycle person, so yeah. Yeah, it's basically the same as the other units. Just wanted to make sure, obviously, because I want to deliver the best video I possibly can to you guys. But yeah, it's basically the same. Obviously, it's the same class of train, so that does make sense. I just wanted to see if there's any, say, toilets or anything on this unit, because maybe this unit was newer. I don't know what I thought. But yes. That concludes this review. Well, that's unlocked. That's great. So now I'm halfway down the train.
Welcome aboard the Southeastern service to London Charing Cross, calling at West Wickham, Eden Park, Elmer's End, Clock House, New Beckenham, Lower Sydenham, Catford Bridge, Ladywell, Lewisham, London Bridge, Waterloo East, and London Charing Cross.
So yes, I'm getting off at London Bridge. Right. So now I'm halfway down the train, because obviously we got another unit connected to us, the one I was just in. I'd like to thank you so much for watching today's video, and I'd like you to like and subscribe, and leave any comments down below. If you'd like to see another video of mine, then please go and subscribe to the channel, and you can watch some, or you can do that without subscribing, but it just means more to me if you subscribe. I'd love to see you watching my videos, so thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye for now, see you later, bye bye. By the way, this train has priority seats, which is nice. And also, I don't like the noise this train makes. By the way guys, this train apparently has free Wi-Fi, and I'm now connected to it apparently. Sorry, I know you probably want to go, but there's going to be a quick experiment which I'm going to do, and I'm going to collapse into the seat of the train as if I was just running and onto, like, as if I was just running onto the train because it was about to leave or whatever. Because apparently it's not the best. Apparently the seats aren't the best for that, and they look like they're not. Let me try that again. Kind of hurt my back, not really. One more time, well, 2 more times.
Welcome aboard the Southeastern service to London Charing Cross,
No,
calling
one more
at
time.
Elmer's End, Clock House.
Right, so I'm running onto the train, guys.
Catford Bridge, Ladywell, Lewisham, London Bridge, Waterloo East, and London Charing Cross.
I'll do it one more time. I mean, if you do it straight in the middle, that's kind of a bit uncomfortable. Anyway, bye guys. Just to confirm with you, the Wi-Fi on here actually does work, and there also, from what I'm aware of, there is no air conditioning aboard this train. And by the way, this service has 2 5-car units, which makes it a 10-coach train, obviously. Why is the C joined up with the full stop with? That's another thing I don't like. So yes, this train reminds me of well, the seats remind me of a prison van, like prison van seats. And then the whole interior of the train reminds me of like a shuttle or a bus, a shuttle bus, a train shuttle or some sort of bus. So yeah, this is a prison bus train.